So you guys avoid the giant pit in the middle of the road. Abrams almost falls in again. There's a pit here, guys.
You need help, Averis?
No, it's fine. It was a really well hidden pit.
Maybe you should go eagle form.
How'd you guys not see that? Am I the only one that didn't see it?
I was in the back. I didn't even get close to the pit, so...
I actually saw it pretty easily. I rolled an after 20 for that perception check.
You should have warned me, Hanok.
I didn't have enough time. I figured you saw it.
My eyes usually see everything, just not pits and darkness.
Yeah, you and Taarnaham have an issue with pits.
So you guys were continue on.
I'm gonna do my normal, slowly edge away from the wagon.
I have Owly circling.
All right. All right. So, you guys continue onward. Actually, I'll since we don't need this, I'll remove the map. Is everything off? Okay. Okay. So you guys continue on for the remainder of the day. And you are still technically in the forest, so you'd have to sleep here for the night.
All right.
Okay.
It's been ages since we slept out anywhere.
I cast alert spells around us. I'm sorry, alarm spells.
How thick is the canopy here? Is it thick enough that we could get up in the trees and then he could cast his hut?
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, let's get off the ground. I can.
6 of us. We have to be within a space, though. Can we all sleep in the canopy of the trees?
Wait, are you trying to put the hut in the trees?
Yeah, that's not going to really work very well.
Probably like indent and fall in itself. There's no. It's easy enough to fit you guys if you're like sleeping in the trees, but it's not a flat surface.
And Hanuk's not getting in the trees. He's going to stay on the ground.
I'm staying with my horse.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Tiny Hut for whoever wants to be in the hut, and then alarm spells around us.
Got it. So you guys spend the evening. Like I said, pretty much the only thing you hear are just the crickets chirping. But you guys spend the evening in. Actually, yes. So it's a peaceful night. You guys wake up once again to darkness. You expect it's morning, but you can't really tell.
I would be up in the trees. I would climb up and take a look.
Okay. You do see, it's roughly 6 a.m. You see up in the distance the sunrise cresting over the
8 and 1 for my divine rules for today.
Okay.
It's about 6
another
a.m.
one? Jeez.
Yeah.
Yes, it is about 6, yeah.
It's 6
And my
a.m.
wands are fully recharged.
Cool. So you guys eat breakfast and continue on?
How much of that jerky is left that we made?
I currently have listed on my character sheet 40 rations. 39 rations.
And we paid 5 gold for food recently.
I'm going to take a couple off. 37 more rations. So I had purchased, I want to say 20 rations at one point. So that's 17 more samplings of smoked pork.
Corian just has an entire buffet in his backpack.
You know, I also have spices and kitchen equipment and cookbooks, so...
He's ready to go.
He's like a on-the-go Gordon Ramsay over here.
Exactly.
Just less violent.
I think you're more violent now.
Oh, American Hell's Kitchen, man.
That's debatable.
Have you ever
Um,
seen me throw something at someone who didn't deserve it?
Yes.
You don't really
I
call
have.
them donkeys. You don't call them donkeys, though.
Who? Who did I throw something at that didn't deserve it?
I feel like
Me?
you've thrown at least something at Hanok once.
I don't think I have.
No. I did challenge him to a duel once, but he backed down.
I am perfectly respectable to my teammates.
So am I.
I've never
Just
attacked
stop
or
bickering.
thrown anything other than
You
words.
just slice with a great sword. Carve people's limbs off.
Corian, do you think you're ready for these potential orcs up ahead?
Yes.
I have prepared my spells for today.
Was there doubt?
No. It was no doubt at all.
Why were you asking if I was prepared?
Just curious.
Making conversation.
But
I'm
Aren't
going
you
to-
in
Well,
body form anyway?
we potentially might have to be dealing with them, so I don't know if we're gonna have to fight them or not. So
from the sounds of it, we are.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor on myself, and then short rest to recover that. And, so I'm sorry, I'm going to do Mage Armor, use Quick Recall to swap it out for Chromatic Orb, and then short rest to recover that ability.
Cool. So
I mean,
you
we
guys,
could always try and talk them down.
Not really our style.
Maybe you can scare one again.
I don't have a problem with them being orcs. I have a problem with
It's
them
up to
being
you guys.
slavers.
Yeah, these guys got to die.
Maybe you should check the compass if there's any on patrol.
Slavers?
Like if they're patrolling around
Slavers. Slavers. Is
the...
that too specific?
it turns back to you.
Well, actually, we could just do...
I was gonna say I'd never
Oh,
enslaved anybody, but I just did that, so
We could set it to orcs.
we could, but it sounds like this continent has a lot of orcs.
Well, they'd be within
5 miles.
5 miles.
It'd be the nearest ones within a mile, right? So,
5 miles.
See if there's any patrolling. If there.
well, you said it's gonna take us 2 days to get there, so it's only been 1 day. How many more hours till we get there?
You would be arriving. It'd be late afternoon.
I'd like to point out that you guys said this compass was useless.
I didn't know.
Orcs.
Oh, you're speaking into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to
And
think
you-
I just think those orcs. I don't speak out loud to the compass.
Within 5 miles, there are currently none.
I was just getting it ready for the day.
So,
That way,
uh,
like, what exactly does this compass look like?
it's golden framed, kind of like a black center with a glass on top of it with a red pointer and kind of like white gray for the bottom half of it.
So it's like an actual compass.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just functions magically.
Well, I didn't know if it like had a little blinking magic dot on it, or
Oh no.
you know,
Like a dragon radar.
yeah, yes, exactly. Do I have to click the little button on top?
Yeah, seems like a regular compass
Okay.
from how it functions. But, anything else before you guys head off?
Does it have Does the frame have markings that differentiate like the top and bottom of it? Does it have like a little?
Oh yeah, there's like there's a little, I want to say like a pointy part that marks the top of it.
Okay.
It's pretty easy to figure out which directions it is.
Well, you know, I just it's a perfectly round gold, and there's no way to tell which way's up, so you'd never know if the compass is actually changing its direction.
Yeah.
That was my concern. So
No problem. Got to figure it out. Any other questions or things you guys have done?
Does that compass work as a normal compass as well? So if
No.
you set north into it, it would point north.
no.
Yep, it's just fixed in the north position until it finds a target.
Can it point west?
If Weast is a creature, yes.
Well, did you have any other questions for him?
No, no.
Okay. So you guys begin to get ready for the day, setting up horse and wagon. I think you did Phantom Steed. So
Yep.
All right. So you guys get in or Abris is going to take the wagon this time. So all of you guys are on the wagon, Corian's on his horse. And you begin to go off.
Check my compass about every 3 miles or
Okay.
so.
I'll keep them in notice. So you guys take roughly from 6 o'clock up to about 8 hours from now. So about like roughly 2 p.m. you see the break in the forest. You continue on for another about 10 minutes, and the forest doesn't seem to end necessarily, but the very dense nature becomes soft and scattered. You now see what the train looks roughly different. It was a slow transition. Off in the distance, you see, and actually in the distance, I mean like within the next hour or two of travel, hill-filled terrain, which actually kind of leaves you all with the first true sight of the landscape of Florin. As you all exit, I was just going to mention, you see the hills are pretty easy to climb, making it kind of easy to see the expanse from above if you guys choose to, or you could continue on the path.
Did the ominous feel to the forest disappear after we got rid of that revenant?
That was more
Just the forest.
just entering the forest, especially since it was very dark. Just
Okay.
kind of didn't make you afraid, but it just made you uneasy and alert. But for Taarnaham, he had a kind of
Right.
almost different feeling.
All right. Well, I'll stop and I guess we should probably take a look before we move out deeper in these hills, right?
Take a look at what?
Just climb a hill and look around, see what we can
do
see.
that.
Do we own a spyglass? Did any of us ever buy a spyglass?
I have a spyglass, and Hanoka's always prepared, and I pull out my spyglass and hand it to Corian.
Okay.
And I'll send Owly up with him to kind of scout the land.
What's the spyglass
So-
do?
I believe it gives you advantage.
Okay.
Let me see.
I guess I could look. It's not like I don't have the book open right here.
Objects viewed through a spyglass are magnified to twice their size, is all it says.
Also, you get advantage with it, looking off in the distance.
Okay.
So, you and Owly make perception checks based on sight.
Woo! It gave me one extra number. 25.
25 Gs.
Oh,
And for Owly?
okay. 10.
10. Corin. From above, as you climb this a little less than medium-sized hill,
I'm
you
gonna
reach-
keep low.
Okay.
I don't want to stand up on top of this hill so people can see my silhouette.
Okay, you'll make a stealth check.
I mean, I'm not trying to be too stealthy, but I definitely don't want to just stand there. So what is my stealth, man? I haven't done that in a while. 21.
Come on. So you lay low roughly to reach the top of the hill.
More like
Um,
crouching so I don't look like anything more than a bush or something.
yeah, and there are also
I assume it's
trees.
grassy, kind of.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is. I would not consider this like a field. It's definitely still technically forest.
Yeah.
But as you reach the top and kind of look down, you see this place is filled with hill terrain scattered with bits of trees. However, you do see with your perception roll, you do see up ahead, roughly maybe 2 hours max of journey. It looks to be like a large river that you can faintly see off in the distance. And right by it looks to be a walled off village with a kind of like a circular center right at the edge of the river.
Okay. 2 hours would be about what? 5 miles? 7 miles? 10 miles?
That would be yeah, it'd be roughly 10 or
20
maybe 9 to
miles?
10.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay.
It's quite a ways away, but you estimate max 2 hours to get there.
Yeah. All right. I'll go back down and let the party know what I saw, and I know back his spyglass.
Cool. So,
I almost said compass, but I knew it wasn't a compass.
all right. Are you guys taking the path back or path forward?
Well, do we want to? I went in. How many did you count, or did you see anything?
Yeah, I saw the walled city. It's like 2 hours away yet.
Okay. Do we want to do infiltration, or do we want to just go in guns blazing?
We're gonna. Well, she said there were like 40 of them there, so we're gonna need to scout a bit before we.
All right.
I mean, at least
Okay.
that's. I assume that's what we're gonna want to do.
All right. Ergius, do you have the access to the spell invisibility? Not greater invisibility, but regular.
I only have greater.
Okay.
I do
Avarice,
have
you don't
a I do have a disguise kit.
Okay. Avarice, you don't have invisibility, do you?
No.
Nobody has.
Pass without trace.
That's it. Yeah, couldn't
I
think
have
of the
that.
names.
All right. Well, let's go forward and let's go on foot then. Whenever we get pretty close.
Let's see. I have no disguise anything, so
Okay. So you guys continue on?
I have like 200 feet of rope, but I don't think that helps.
These guys are still
Just
in the rope.
tie yourself up like a mummy. Anyway.
They're captive.
You guys travel for roughly about another hour and a half. Avarice will, at this moment, because it lasts an hour, he'll cast Pass Without Trace.
I'll pull up the cloak on my hood on my cloak of Elvenkind.
Got it. Let me get back to spell slot. Okay. So, you can see now you're kind of you're in the path is at the bottom, and there are hills around you, so it's kind of hard to see up ahead at least. But you do see the path turns right up ahead, and as you kind of get closer, you do see for the first time it looks to be almost like footprints in the dirt, and it looks to be kind of bulky, scattered, but stays on the path at least. You guys continue right along the path, In about another 100 feet, it turns left. And as you guys continue down that way and reach around to the left side, I'll have you guys make perception checks.
Do I
you
get
guys rolled
advantage
one.
because I'm improving environment still?
Yes.
Because I rolled a 5.
I rolled bad. 7.
I doubled my roll, but it's only a 10.
17 for me, 14 for
13.
Owly.
Yeah, 6.
Okay.
Oh, has my inspiration worn off?
Yes.
Yeah.
Corin, where'd you get?
7.
So, Hanok. So up ahead, I mean, you guys can see the basics. Up ahead, you do see, looks to be like a giant, almost like wooden wall.
You can see
It
that
looks to be
Owly
about-
told me this since I'm
Yeah.
short.
It looks to be about like 200 feet away, but only Ali can see the specifics. Hanok, you see, looks to be a wooden wall. Looks to be pretty much intact. Doesn't look to be damaged in any way. There are 2 outposts. Each you can see it looks to be a small figure. From it's kind of hard to see from this far away, but looks to be keeping watch of the wall and the perimeter. You hear very faint talk. You can't make out any detail, but you hear that echoing through the hills towards you as they kind of like look down behind the wall. And the gate actually opens outward. Looks to be letting a cart led by a horse heading out of Rivers Hollow.
Towards our direction?
Yes, it appears to be, but it's roughly about 200 feet away. As they kind of exit, you see it looks to be 4 figures, pretty big in size, guiding the horse. One of them is actually steering the cart on the seat. Meanwhile, it looks to be 2 sets of chains dangle from each side of the cart, dragging along 2 figures that you can't see well from the distance.
So,
But they're not as big as the others.
right. So I want to immediately. So how far are they right now from our current location? How many feet?
Right now, they step forward 10 feet, so they're now about 190 feet.
And we tell everybody that we should back off. There's a cart coming. Let's get out of their view range of the actual fort and jump it.
'Kay.
So we're gonna start moving backwards quickly.
So you guys, looks kind of like that. So you guys were right here as you saw it. You head backwards. I'll have you guys actually make stealth checks with +10.
I have advantage because of my cloak.
Oh, nice.
That'll be for me 24.
24.
For Owly, I think he has +3 to stealth. Yeah, so 24 for Owly as well.
34.
22.
Jesus.
Are they moving at like are they moving like at a slow pace?
Yes, they're going kind of a little bit slower than you guys have been traveling. They don't appear to be in a rush.
Okay, so we'll get like, what do you guys think, like 500 feet away from that place and then jump them?
Sure.
What do we
We're
know if
talking
that's...
about the cart?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking we should do, is we should wait till they're outside of range of the fort.
Where did you leave your cart?
We would have left it about... We would have left it when he passed without a trace, probably, I guess. I mean, I said we would do it before we got super close to it, but we didn't really say.
I'll say because I did go through the description pretty quickly. I could say you could lift it back if you wish. You
Yeah,
do have a keen sense of time, so
And the horse.
I mean, I could just...
it's up to you. You could leave it roughly like 30 to 45 minutes behind, or you could have it with you.
No, I
Honestly,
probably
probably like 30.
definitely would have left the horse about 30 minutes behind. Can't really.
Yeah, I left the cart
scout.
there too because there's no point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys have tied it back there, keeping it in place. And sorry, I missed. I got coins. What were the rest of you guys' stealth rolls?
I got 22.
22.
24 for me and Ollie.
And then 22 and 36. Got it. So pretty good stealth rolls. So you guys actually take back here. You can see a couple trees that you can hide behind as the cart actually begins to get closer.
And we don't have time to make a pit, huh, Avarice?
Shut up.
Illusionary pit.
Just get ready, okay?
Wait for them to make the turn.
Yes. You can hear. Actually, right now they're not really talking. They're look speed. They're not keeping a close eye. I should make a roll for them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're orcs. They're not
Yeah,
exactly intelligent.
they look pretty like lazily walking. They're keeping watch, but they don't seem to hear or say anything as they kind of pass around this corner. Looks to be like a one horse wagon. You hear the sounds of the chains dangling on each side as there are currently looks to be 4 orcs, or like I said, one of them on top, 2 on the sides, 2 on one side, 1 on the other.
Where are they coming from?
Actually, let me get. Shall use these. So they're coming from this way. You guys are about right here.
They're about 30 feet away. I want to cast a spell.
I don't know where's a good place to hide me, but
Yeah, can we just position ourselves where we want to position?
Yeah, you guys have plenty of time.
Okay. I'm gonna position myself a bit back.
You want some trees hidden? I can get some trees out for you.
Oh, no, it's okay.
Well,
You said this was like flat land, didn't you, or something like that, like hilly
This
land?
this is all hills.
with the odd tree, is what you said, because we're on the edge of the forest.
Sure, you get that.
Well, I'm asking you. You're the DM.
Yeah, like I said, trees are. It's still technically a forest, but they're kind of scattered, so they're just kind of all around.
well, wherever a 34 hides me, that's where I'm at.
You could be crouching on the ground with 34 and not be seen,
Is the grass tall enough for me to just crouch in the
It
grass? Okay.
or you could just pretend to be a tree.
I'm gonna be kind of
anyway.
back here, away from them.
But anyway, you see one of the looks to be smaller in size, maybe either just a short human or halfling. You can't really tell. One of the orcs kind of straggling behind. One of the orcs just kicks them to get them to keep moving forward. As they round the corner, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern on them.
Okay,
30-foot cube.
all
I
right.
want to get as many orcs as possible. I don't care if I get some of the slaves in it, since it just hypnotizes them.
Let me just do 6 rolls.
It's gonna be 17. They're orcs. I don't think they have resistance to charm. So, wisdom
No.
saving throw.
In fact, they are bad with wisdom. One rolled a 17, one succeeds. Now for the 2 chained up people.
So 5. So is there 4 orcs? Is this like the amount of orcs that there actually are?
Yes, there are 2 people up in front, but I'm not included.
Right,
They're not
right.
combat.
So 3 of them failed, 1 saved. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, this one right here did happen to succeed on it, but the other 3 are
Okay.
just struck in place, just completely stopped.
And what about
The one commanding the horse is just sitting there, just looking up at the sky. But the horse continues because actually, the horse has to make a save.
Yeah, so it's all creatures saved.
It fails too, so it just stops.
There you go.
It just stops in place. Surely that would send the momentum of the carriage behind it
No,
right
no,
into the.
they are going. Well, the horse is going pretty slow. Um,
Okay, I thought it was like at full speed, and I was like, if that suddenly stops, the entire carriage behind it's gonna go straight into it.
Nah, they're going at a slow walking pace.
Yeah, they come. Yeah, they'll basically come incapacitated. They kind of just slow down to a stupor, and now they have a speed of 0.
I
Nice.
will charge forward and grab the one closest to me.
Okay.
In shove attack, basically yanking him off the cart and onto the ground.
Okay. He kind of looks around and see everything happening all at once, and he's gonna roll athletics.
18.
15. So he is shoved to the ground.
Shoved to the ground, and then I am wailing away with my sword. And that is a crit.
Jeez. He fails with a 6.
Sweet. That's 44 damage.
He is obliterated at one strike.
And then I will jump up on the cart and grab the next one.
Okay.
You'll have
he's-
advantage on these guys because they're incapacitated.
Yeah, he's...
It has to go right here. Well, you can technically occupy this guy's space.
You only
right?
get it though for your first attack.
Well, I only have one attack left with my bonus
Okay.
attack there.
Roll
So,
for these orcs.
Yes.
I'm assuming a 22 hits.
It does. He rolled a 1 on the save.
Okay. I didn't do well on that. 4... It's 29 damage.
Just slash his head off as he's just sitting there looking up at this guy.
I'll go ahead and action surge.
Alright.
Jump in the back here.
Okay.
Go for the next one.
Got it.
Does a 14 hit?
It does.
That's getting pretty low
He
there.
rolled a 14 for the save, so he does succeed the save.
23. I couldn't add 6 and 7 there for a second.
No
23,
worries.
23 damage.
He's dead.
Is that right? Yeah. And then the next one.
By the way, you guys just see Corian just going up to each
That's a
orc and
crit.
basically like chopping off his head,
They're
slashing
slavers, they die.
across his front.
So
He got a unnatural 20.
okay. Well, I rolled 10 for damage, so that's 10, 20, 36 damage.
He is obliterated as well.
Wow.
Can I just ask the question, how many hit points did those guys have? And what was their AC?
They had AC 13, hit points 15.
They're just
They were
standard orcs.
these ones in particular were basic orcs.
Yeah, these are like, I think those are like 1/4. Are they even CR1? I think they might be CR1. CR, yeah.
You said the other ones are in chains.
I'm gonna immediately break my concentration, which will end the hypnotic pattern on the horse and NPCs.
Ava's just like, surprise.
You're free, thanks to the Grand Wizard Hinoke.
Corian growls,
And
slaver
friends.
scum.
Alright, so actually let me get the description so you guys can know what they look like. As you because they had their heads pretty low, just seemed to be natural for them. They now snap out of their confusion, look not concerned, shocked, surprised that now these random people have just appeared right in front of them, and all of the orcs around them are just chopped to bits. You can see one of them is the one closer to you, Corian. It looks to be a halfling woman. Has like short blue hair, and looks relatively healthy. But the other guy looks a little thinner. He is a human with short black hair, and he looks relatively young. They all just look surprised and just looking back at each of you, kind of dumbfounded.
Emily's
they-
parents.
One of those human, but the halfling woman.
Are they
What race was Emily again?
She was a
Second.
halfling.
are the shackles the kind you unlock with a key?
They appear to be, yes.
Okay. Then I want to see which one of these dudes had a key.
You go through it, and it appears like the driver had it.
Then I will unlock the shackles, and I will keep the key for later.
All right. Oh, sorry. I should mention just as minor detail. The armor they're wearing, the orcs, I mean, appear to be like decorated and kind of like looks like bone accessories, like actual bones. But other than that, looks like actual hide armor. Doesn't look particularly
I ain't taking that.
so.
I like to investigate the bodies, see if there's anything else in them besides their weapons, and
Get an investigation check.
all right. 27.
27. In total, you find 4 gold.
All right. I will keep the 4 gold. Ask if everybody. Well, Corian spent a lot of money lately. I give him the 4 gold.
Wow. So generous.
What happened to that 460 gold we found earlier?
Well, we split it up. We got 92 each.
Oh, we did? I didn't even write that down.
Oh yeah, 92 each for that.
Must be nice.
Um,
I've got 256 gold left.
How's it feel to be rich?
Gordon, you see all of them have great axes and hide armor.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'll take the great axes.
So you
How
pick
much-
them up.
How much are they worth? 30 gold each. Yeah, we got room in the bag right now. So that's what, 4.
Yes.
We now have 5 great axes.
You see the lady is just like, who are you?
All right. There's nothing else on them besides that.
No, that appears to be it.
Do you know a lady named Emily?
I do. She
Was she your daughter?
No, she's the daughter of Jem and Harthon.
Jem and Harthon. Are they still alive?
Yes, they're in the camp right now. Emily was taken away with the rest of them quite a while ago.
How many more of these scum are in the camp?
From what I know, I mean, they look. From what they wear, they appear pretty similar in how they look. I'm assuming 35. That's what the rest of us have kind of gathered. They do have one leader.
Not for long.
What's he
What's his
like?
name?
Let me get his description.
What kind of weapon does he carry in particular?
He holds a great axe like the rest of them. He is roughly the same size as them. He's just a little bigger in size and cunning. He wears a kind of like an elk skull on top of his head, like a hat, and he's covered in bone decorations. I think that's about all I got from him. Actually, no, I have his name too. We don't speak their language, but we have heard his name. It's Desnarak.
And here I was thinking it was going to be Urag.
Who are you people?
I'm going to start, while they talk to them, I'm going to start preparing comprehend languages as a ritual for myself. So 10
Okay.
minutes.
He kind of looks at Corian, or sorry, she looks at Corian and Aegis and looking for an answer.
Friends.
Well, how did you get here?
By horse?
Would- Well, people don't normally come here. What were you all looking for?
We're originally here for Emily's parents.
They're in there. He keeps 2 cages on each side of his throne in the center of the city, or sorry, village. There aren't many of us left. Besides us 2, there are 5 of us.
So there's 5 more people in the village?
Yes. They're kept in the cages.
We'll look for more people. That'd be a bonus.
And that's what we've all been hoping for. People have tried to escape, but it's not easy with this challenge, so...
How many people have been shipped out from here?
There were roughly about 30 of us. I didn't keep too much count on it. They were, from what I've heard, I wasn't necessarily there when they were taken, but I heard that it was roughly about 30 of them, and most of them were halflings and gnomes. But they were taken by a group of another group of orcs, and were taken somewhere north. I don't know where.
Castrum, you think?
Amberwall.
That's northeast. That's around the... You have to go further south for that. They're coming this way.
Oh,
Or
that's
sorry,
true.
yeah. Well, they've heard, because if you recall, Emily spoke Orcish. They said they were heading somewhere north. But they do. She mentions they did take the southern exit.
Well, what are we going to do with these guys now? They can't just walk back to town exactly, can they? They're out here in the middle of a field.
They could wait at our horses.
Yeah, let's wait at our horse and our wagon.
Are there any people in the area not enslaved?
No, they're not. It was just us.
You said that so all the slaves are kept in a cage?
Yes.
So there'll be
Two of them.
So there'll be no slaves wandering around anywhere inside the camp.
No, and not unless like us. Like sometimes they take us along with them, but almost all the time we stay inside those cages.
We could do. I could do cloud kill. Create a rolling fog of death that rolls through that place.
They're in the middle of the camp. The slaves are.
Oh, I thought they were in the back. Sorry. Never mind.
No, they're
Well,
They're on either
almost
side
right
of the
next
throne.
to. Yeah, they're almost right next to the throne.
well,
Do you know of an entrance that isn't very well guarded anywhere that might be a good place to sneak in?
You could probably take one of the outer houses along either the east or west side, but potentially you could probably climb over the wall there. But the center of it is circular. That's where Desmond conducts his challenges to us. So,
What kind of challenge?
well, if one of us wishes to leave, we have to attempt to defeat his. I haven't seen it, but it's some kind of beast in the middle of the pit that he has right in front of his throne.
Oh, you better watch it, Avarice.
Yeah, there's a pit there, Avarice.
You don't shut up, Corian.
Is it a Sarlacc pit?
It was completely dark.
You might want to stay back as well there, Taarnaham. I remember the last time we faced it against the orcs and there was a pit.
I nearly died in that
Is there
pit.
anybody in the town that orcish that casts magic?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Well, you can go in the cover of night.
What time is it now?
It is roughly 4:30.
I think they would have been expecting these guys back.
Where were you guys going? Were they taking you off to sell you?
No, they were on a hunting mission. They just wanted us as, I want to say decoration. I'm not entirely sure.
Bait.
Maybe
Should
it's
they
stuff
have
to
been-
carry.
Food.
Yeah,
Would they
stuff to,
typically be back
okay.
within a day, or would it be a couple days?
within the day usually.
So they would be expecting them back in a couple of hours. We can't wait till nighttime. Though.
So when you say a day, you mean like the same day they left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Well, if they're just leaving now and it's 4,
Could wait till night and keep a
we
watch
could wait
out.
till night and attack.
Just be careful if they see you, they'll attempt to either kill you or, in terms of the halfling and sorry, I don't know you guys' names. In terms of the halfling and the gnome, they'll probably try to keep you there, enslave you.
Well, they can have the gnome, but
No, they can't have the gnome. The gnome will defend himself.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to kill me.
They can't keep the halfling either.
no,
I'm-
your hours are just. But they can have the gnome. I'm afraid.
Wait, I'm the halfling.
All right.
Frail
You guys want to go into
legislation.
battle without me? I'll just take a nap. I'll go guard these people. How about that?
Okay.
Unless they're fine with
She-
staying here.
She says, I'm sorry, what name did you say?
Me?
She looks at Taarnaham.
Hmm.
What name did you just say?
I said Urgius a little bit back.
You can see her eyes go a little wide.
Did we just solve 2 quests? Are you his mom?
She's not, actually.
She had blonde hair.
It's Urgius's aunt.
They were
Do you,
taken with
do you
Emily.
live on a farming compound as well?
They were taken with Emily.
Mariella and Alvern. Shellmore, right?
Yes.
How did they get on this continent?
They were here a long time ago. They've been here a long time.
Are they still here now?
No, they were
Taken to
taken
Amberwall.
in the mass. They were taken in the mass with them.
Okay, because we found Emily on board a ship.
From Amberwall.
Yeah.
She kind of looks at Eric and says, I'm sorry, I don't know if you'll see them again.
Oh, don't say that to him.
Maybe they're
Ugh.
reverends.
They were strong people, but those orcs looked...
Were they taken as slaves or to be
Massive.
killed?
They chained them up, I assume slaves.
This is a good chance
They were
to be
buying
alive.
them.
They're probably serving somebody in Amberwall, whoever's in charge.
We could scry them maybe if we get back to
Desnarak might know. He's the one that made the trade, the leader.
Oh yeah, he's really going to want to talk to us.
Marvel. Ways of making him talk.
He loves challenges.
Avarice, do you have a speak with dead?
I don't.
We could still use up to 7 days, I think, after the body's gone, right? We could immediately teleportation circle back to Marfall and speak with dead there.
Yeah, she says you could either. She says that's not a bad decision, or you could potentially try and defeat his beast. I'm sure he would offer some information for that. But if you were planning on killing all of them anyway, it really depends on what you guys want to do, what you guys wish to do.
I mean, they're pretty bad people. I think that falls to the kill them all. Corian, how do you feel?
They're slavers. They die.
I'd like to have a word with them.
War has been declared. Maybe we keep the big one alive to interrogate
Hmm.
and then kill.
We'll see.
So
I turn to Urgius and say, "Isn't this exciting, though? We might know where they are now. We have a paper trail.
That was years ago, though.
There's always hope, though, my little
Yes.
halfling friend."
Everyone's like, this is far away from Clear Pond.
Yeah.
there could be an organized slave trade thing going on. Did you see something about people with masks?
What was that? What'd you say?
Did you see something about people with masks when referring to Ergius's parents?
No, she said they looked pretty powerful. There were a lot of orcs that came to collect these slaves and bought them.
There might be more going on here with the slave trade. We might need to pump this guy for information. All right. Well, you guys want to wait till nightfall and then kick butt?
That's up to you guys. What do you guys wish to do?
Or are we just coming guns blazing?
I'm good either way.
Nighttime, they're going to be less alert, so we can maybe, if we're quiet, we could start picking off some of the perimeter guards and then make our way inside, right?
It's probably the smarter way.
That's how they do in the books. We have grappling hooks.
I do,
Awesome.
Yeah, rope.
but it's
You're
wooden
going to
wall,
try and rappel
so
up the wall?
We're doing a stealth mission.
Or
Could
we-
fly over.
I could. I don't know if we need to waste a spell slot for that. I have a feeling I would be using a lot of fireballs today. Speaking of which, if we're going to wait to do spell slot recovery.
what do the walls around this place look like?
They can look like I want to say roughly 8-foot high wooden spikes,
So it's a
maybe
palisade.
like a foot in diameter each.
Yeah, it's a palisade.
Yeah.
8 foot tall. I can jump that.
You could.
You can jump 8 feet in the air?
Yeah.
Corian can, yeah. What are you guys doing? Were you doing the waiting for night, or
We're stood around in a field in silence.
I don't know.
I was
Alright.
I was
Look
looking
at
at the
each other.
jump rules because I never remember what they are. But yes, I can jump 8 feet straight up.
I say we wait for night.
3 plus my strength modifier.
so you're gonna leap over that wall?
I'm thinking about it. Yes.
All right.
So I
Remember,
would suggest we look for a way to get closer to the walls so we can kind of scout what's going on and wait for it to get dark. Y'all need to move on down the road.
All right.
I'll give him some smoked boar.
I also give them 2 scimitars.
Oh, this looks
Uh,
family
in
made.
case you need these.
I'll give him a thing of water too because I have a bunch of water because I thought we were gonna need it when we went in the desert.
That's true.
Oh, that's
actually,
probably
we
old now.
No. Did we fill that with dragon's blood? Did we empty those out to fill it with dragon's blood?
I have 5 water flasks.
All right. I hand him 2 scimitars from the bag of holding.
Okay. They both take them.
You need a bedroll.
You have more than one bedroll?
I just the one.
We're opening up a freaking camping site out here.
Well, I just figure they don't have anything. They might need some
Right.
food and water at least.
Avis will hand over his bedroll.
And I'll give him mine. It'd be halfling sized.
All right, I gave them enough food for 2 days.
So what were their names again? We
Blue hair and
even
other person that didn't talk.
She says her name is Hesna.
So I'm gonna do quick recall.
Paro is the human. So they say just be careful if you can, and thank you again. Do you guys want the
Stay
horse?
safe.
I don't know if you guys want this wagon or not.
Oh, no, you can take the wagon and the horse, I guess, if you want.
All right.
We don't need it.
And they get on and begin heading to Castro. And you guys are waiting for nightfall?
Yeah, well, we're gonna scout, see if we can count how many orcs there are. Things like that.
How many people can you teleportation circle, an oak?
Anybody within for 6 seconds, like a turn. So
There's no limit on the amount of people you can do that to?
nope.
It opens a portal.
Okay.
Yeah, it lasts for. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a minute. No, I'm sorry, it's a minute to cast it. It lasts for 1 round, so 6 seconds. It's a 10-foot diameter circle.
So theoretically, there is a limit to the amount of people you can get through in 6 seconds, but it's probably way more than the amount of people we're dealing with.
Right.
It would be
Like
it's
30
like
people,
what?
maybe.
You need 10 foot space to cast it, I think. So
Yeah, and I've already used, because I had to recast mage armor, I used a spell slot for that, and quick recalled it back out and took a short rest to spell recovery, my level 3 spell and my 2 level 1 spells for today. So I can cast teleportation circle once today, and then tomorrow I could cast it twice.
depending on their class, it's somewhere upwards of 700 people.
What, in 6 seconds?
Yeah.
for Dimension Door, I can bring any one of us along with me to somewhere.
Are you medium size?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could then.
So I could do that, like, beyond the gate. Like, right at the gate. Or if we wanted an easy way inside.
Honestly, you'd probably only need Corian.
Just,
We
eight
can
foot.
get in pretty quick.
8 foot tall is only slightly higher than I can raise my arms, so I could just vault this thing.
you can just carry us all over. Or, like, throw us over.
We could just attach a rope to the immovable rod once he gets up there and just climb up the rope.
If you want a dimension door in, the best person to take with you would probably be Hano, because he's got the spells.
Yeah.
Could you dimension door part of the wall?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Only objects as long as their weight doesn't exceed what I can carry. So
Could. I mean, I don't really want to blow my biggest spell, but I could prepare telekinesis. I could actually rip a piece of the chunk of the, because you could try to move an object that weighs up to 1,000 pounds.
Well, I could make a distraction and pull the guards away from the gate. You could just go in the gate.
do you want to deal with them first before getting over?
Well, we could do that too, I guess. Technically, if it's nighttime, you guys could just stun them or sleep them or
Right.
something, and we could just walk through.
Do you have access to sleep, Ergius?
Yeah.
Why don't you do some cast of sleep? And I could turn you invisible, Corey, if you want to get up the wall without anybody seeing you.
I'm not particularly worried about that once it gets nighttime.
They have to be within 20 feet. Wait, no, 90 feet away.
How flat is the ground around the gate?
Right on the pathway, it's flat.
For how far out? Like, could he get within 90 feet without them seeing him? Is there enough hill or brush or anything?
You could stay on the side and walk up.
Well, if you want someone to do a scouting trip, I could just send. If you want to scout right now and see what he sees.
I do think we're overcomplicating this a little bit.
I do. Can we just, I'm going to climb the hill here and try and see how many orcs I can see.
Okay. Make a
What kind of...
walk over here. Go make a perception check.
Okay.
I'm going to have Ollie do the same.
And I will say in a relatively easy stealth check with +10 because pass is still up.
Okay, well,
19 for Ollie for the perception. 29 for stealth.
I got a 30 for stealth and a 14 for my perception.
All right. So both remain hidden. What you see it appears to be
I'm looking through Ollie's eyes.
roughly rectangular in shape, this entire place. You can see it looks to be about 12 buildings made out of wood and a little bit of stonework. There are, from your perspective, you're actually looking down on the city, not by a huge angle, but
right.
You're a little high up in the air. There are 2 outposts in the front, and 2 in the back. There is the path that heads forward, goes basically directly through the city or the village all the way to the back, and continues off in the distance. The center looks to be it looks like some kind of pit. Can't tell exactly how big. It looks roughly a little pretty big compared to the throne right behind it. You can't make out details, but it looks kind of white in color. And then you see behind on each side, left and right, 2 jail cells.
How far from the gate to the pit?
That would be roughly about 80 feet.
Okay.
It's like a gladiator pit.
You're not sure?
Are the orcs like just laying around? Are they patrolling?
What you see, you do see figures walking around, and you do also see one figure sitting. Because it's still roughly 4:30, you do see one figure sitting in the throne, while others just walk around, look like carrying logs.
How far am I from the wall?
You're still because this was about 200 feet. You're still roughly like 120 away.
I could take a disadvantaged shot at him right now.
What hit me?
Who goes there?
I get a little inspiration from Ergis and take a disadvantaged shot with my bow.
It's up to you.
No, we'll wait for nighttime.
Okay. Anything else you guys do before nighttime?
Just keep watching.
All right. So, are you guys all staying on that hill where he's at?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So you guys all congregate there, and begin to prepare for nightfall as it comes around. And I think we'll continue that next time.
All right.
The assault.